Hey everyone, ready to dive into the world of government contracting?
Sounds exciting.
It is. We've got a whole bunch of Reddit discussions
Oh, wow.
and articles all about SAM.gov.
Okay.
And we're going to break it all down for you. So you can go from ask government contracting to, all right, I can totally land one of these contracts.
I love that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm seeing a ton of people out there just on these Reddit threads trying to break into this world. There's one post in particular that caught my eye. Someone with like a decade of experience in federal contracting wants to start their own thing.
That's cool.
And they've even got this Hub Zone certification.
Oh, interesting.
Which I'm guessing is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, definitely a good sign. Shows they're serious about working with the government?
So they've worked with like courts and the Pension Benefit Guarantee Corporation, the VA, DHS. It's a long list.
Wow, they've been around.
Yeah, they've been everywhere.
So that Hub Zone certification can really give them a leg up, especially when they're bidding for contracts.
Oh, so it's like a competitive advantage.
Yeah, you can think of it that way. It helps level the playing field, especially for small businesses in certain areas.
Do they know what they're doing? They've got this certification.
Right.
But hold on, because the services they're offering, it's a LIT, full stack development, cybersecurity, cloud migration.
Wow, that is a wide range.
But it's like they can do it all.
Maybe they're trying to see what sticks, figure out which area has the most demand.
That's a good point. Or maybe they're aiming to be like a one-stop shop for government agencies, you know?
Makes sense.
Either way, it's pretty ambitious.
Definitely.
And the responses to this post, packed with people wanting to partner up.
Oh, wow. So there's a lot of collaboration going on.
It's like everyone wants a piece of that government contracting pie.
I can see why.
There's this one comment, though. It's gold.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It's from someone who actually works in acquisitions.
Oh, interesting. So they're a Fed, as they say.
Yeah, a self-proclaimed Fed. And they're talking about the RFP process, but from the government side.
Makes sense.
And they mentioned something called, like, ghosting requirements.
Ghosting. Now, that sounds a little mysterious.
Yeah, right? It sounds kind of spooky. But basically, they're saying you got to read between the lines. You got to, like, anticipate what the government actually needs, even if it's not spelled out in the RFP.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's about being proactive and strategic.
Exactly. And get this, they say, and I quote, "We don't necessarily want the cheapest offer. We want the best value to the government."
That's key. Best value in this context.
Yeah.
It doesn't always mean the lowest price tag. It's about, finding that sweet spot between cost, quality, experience, the whole package.
The big picture. So it's not just about being cheap. It's about being the best. Period.
Makes sense. You want a contractor who can deliver.
All right. So we've got RFPs, best value. But now let's talk about something that seems to be a real pain point.
What's that?
SAM.gov. These articles and Reddit threads, they don't hold back.
Oh, no. What are they saying?
One user even went on a mission to find SAM.gov alternatives, just desperate for a good experience.
Can't say I blame them.
Yeah.
SAM.gov can be challenging.
Yeah, challenging is one word for it.
To put it mildly.
And then there's this whole other thing about scams.
Oh, yikes. That's not good.
This one article is all about avoiding SAM.gov registration scams. It's wild.
What kind of scams we're talking about?
Oh, fake emails, promises of getting you through the process faster if you pay them shady links.
It's like a minefield.
Yeah, it can make you super paranoid.
Definitely. The thing to remember is that the real SAM.gov is always free.
Right. Good point.
So if anyone's asking for money, that's a huge red flag.
So SAM.gov, it's like a necessary evil then.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
If you want to work with the federal government, you got to go through SAM.gov.
Okay, so no escaping it. But what is this thing, and why is it so important?
Think of it like the command center for government contracting. It's where you find contract opportunities.
Okay.
Register your business, check wage determinations, basically everything related to doing business with the government.
So it's the place to be.
It is. It's the central hub for all things contracting.
No wonder people are looking for alternatives, though.
Yeah.
The Reddit threads mention a bunch, like GovWin, FedCompass, HireGov, GovTribe. Are these the secret weapons we need?
They can be really helpful. They're generally more user-friendly.
Okay, that's good.
And they often have extra features like, bid notifications and market intelligence tools.
So it's like having a personal assistant for government contracting.
Exactly.
I like the sound of that. But I'm guessing these tools aren't free.
Most of them are subscription-based, so you do have to factor that into your budget.
Fair enough. Now, I remember that Reddit poster had a question about needing an LLC.
Oh, right.
Do you absolutely need an LLC to work with the government?
Not necessarily. You can operate as a sole proprietor
Okay.
or choose a different structure that fits your needs.
So there's flexibility.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It depends on your situation. Talking to a legal or financial professional can be a good idea.
Okay, so it's not a one-size-fits-all situation, but honestly, breaking into this world sounds tough.
It does take work, that's for sure.
Is it really worth all the effort?
Absolutely. The rewards can be huge, both financially and in terms of the impact you can make.
Yeah. And it's pretty amazing seeing all the different opportunities out there just from these Reddit posts.
Right.
AI services, medical equipment transportation.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It seems like there's a contract for everything.
What really stands out to me is the variety of experiences and the different paths people take to succeed in this world.
What do you mean?
Well, some people grind for years before they get their first contract. While others kind of stumble into it through networking or, chance encounters.
So it's a bit of a mixed bag.
It really emphasizes how important networking and building relationships is.
It's like that saying, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.
Exactly. You got to be prepared and open to new connections.
Okay, so be prepared, network.
And be persistent.
Got it. So we've covered a lot in this first part. RFPs, best value, navigating SAM.gov.
It's a lot to take in.
But let's keep going, because in the next part, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of actually winning those contracts.
I'm ready for it.
Stay tuned. Okay, so we've got the basics down. RFPs, best value, the SAM.gov maze. But how do you actually win these government contracts?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
It is. And the Reddit threads, they've got some ideas. One thing I keep seeing is this idea of specialization.
Oh, interesting, like finding your niche.
Exactly. Instead of trying to be a jack of all trades,
Right.
you focus on one specific area where you can really excel. Become the go-to expert, whether it's cybersecurity or sustainable building materials.
So find your lane and own it.
Yeah, exactly. Because the government needs experts in all sorts of fields. Why try to be everything to everyone?
Makes sense. And by showing off your specialized skills and experience, you can make yourself a valuable asset to those prime contractors.
Or even go after direct contracts, right?
Exactly.
There's also a lot of talk about these teaming agreements. It seems like partnering up is pretty common, especially for smaller businesses.
Yeah. Teaming agreements are a great way to pool resources and expertise,
Yeah.
especially if you're going after a big contract that you might not be able to handle on your own.
It's like assembling a superhero team of government contractors.
I love that.
So, like, if you're a small IT support company, you might team up with a bigger cybersecurity firm.
Exactly.
And together, you can offer this comprehensive package to a government agency.
And you can share the workload, use each other's strengths, increases your chances of winning.
Now, some people in these threads are mentioning PTECs. What are those?
PTACs. They're like your fairy godmothers for government contracting.
Wait, really?
They offer free counseling and training and even bid matching services.
Hold on, free. Sign me up.
Right. It's an amazing resource, especially if you're a small business and you're just starting out.
Okay, so niche specialization, teaming agreements, PT techs.
It's all coming together.
It is. But let's zoom out for a sec. What is the government actually BUYing?
Well, it really IS everything under the sun, like you said.
Yeah.
Jet fuel, office supplies, AI software, medical equipment.
Right.
But there's this one thread that talks about how we can actually see what they're buying and how much they're spending.
Okay.
They mention SAM.gov awards and USAspending.gov data. Have you ever looked at those?
I've glanced at them, but honestly, all those numbers and acronyms kind of make my head spin.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
So basically, SAM.gov shows you the active contracts, what they're currently buying. USAspending.gov gives you the history of government spending.
Oh, okay. So SAM.gov is for looking forward. USAspending.gov is for looking back.
You got it. And by looking back, you can spot trends and see which agencies are buying what. It helps you target your efforts.
Smart. Now, what about these NAICS and PSE codes? I see those everywhere, but I'm not totally clear on what they are.
All right, so NAICS codes categorize businesses by industry.
Okay.
And the government uses them to find businesses that can provide the stuff they need.
So, like, if you're a software company, you'd have a specific NAICS spend for that.
Exactly. And then there are PSC codes, which categorize the specific products or services being bought.
So NAICS is what kind of company you are, and PSC is what you're selling.
You got it. And it's super important to get these codes right.
Why is that?
Well, The government uses them to search for potential contractors. Wrong codes, you might miss out on opportunities.
It's like SEO for government contracting.
Exactly. Make it easy for them to find you. Now, I'm noticing something in these Reddit threads.
Oh, what's that?
There are some mixed feelings about government contracting. Some people are super pumped. Others seem kind of jaded.
Yeah, I see that too.
I think it's important to have realistic expectations, you know. This is a tough field. Lots of bureaucracy, long sales cycles. You're not going to win every bid.
It's not for the faint of heart.
Definitely not. But if you're persistent, you can learn the ropes, and it can be incredibly rewarding.
Not just financially either, right?
Right. Knowing you're contributing to important government missions, that's a good feeling.
Making a difference.
Exactly. And even if you don't land your dream contract right away, you're learning valuable skills.
It's all part of the journey.
It is. And remember, there's tons of support out there. Apex accelerators, online forums, other contractors.
Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Exactly. And that's what I love about these Reddit threads. You get a glimpse into that community.
It's like having a support group for government contractors.
Right. Practical advice, support, even some laughs along the way. So we've talked about strategies, the types of things the government buys, realistic expectations.
It's a lot.
It is. But there's one more crucial element we need to talk about.
We've talked about finding those opportunities, figuring out SAM.gov, putting together those winning proposals, even the ups and downs that come with all of this.
Right.
But there's one more thing we got to talk about. Ethics.
Oh, yeah. Big one.
You can't just ignore ethics, especially when you're dealing with the government.
Absolutely. It's non-negotiable. Transparency, integrity, playing by the rules.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
The consequences can be serious.
So what are some of the big ethical red flags that government contractors should really watch out for? What keeps people up at night in this world?
Well, conflicts of interest are a huge one. Contractors have got to be totally open about any relationships or financial ties that could maybe influence their decisions.
Right, so like awarding a contract to your buddy's company, that kind of thing.
Exactly. That's a no-go.
Are there any examples in these Reddit threads that kind of highlight this?
Yeah, there's one where someone talks about a contracting officer who steered a contract to a friend's company.
Oh.
This is not good. That kind of stuff just erodes trust in the whole system.
Yeah, that's not the way to do it.
Nope. So yeah, avoiding those conflicts of interest, super important.
Okay, so conflicts of interest, got it. What else?
Being responsible with your marketing and communication is key too.
Okay.
You can't exaggerate your capabilities or make promises you can't keep just to snag a contract.
Right, so no over-promising and under-delivering.
Exactly. It's about building a reputation for being honest and reliable. And of course, you got to comply with all the laws and regulations.
Of course.
That's everything from labor laws and environmental rules to cybersecurity standards and data privacy.
Sounds like a lot to keep track of.
It is, but at the end of the day, it's about doing the right thing.
Simple as that?
Yep. It's not just about avoiding trouble. It's about building a business that you can be proud of.
A business built on trust.
Exactly.
Well said. So we've covered so much in this deep dive.
I know, right?
The opportunities, the challenges, the tools, the strategies, even the ethics.
There's a whole world out there.
If you could give our listener just one piece of advice as they start their government contracting journey, what would it be?
I'd say do your homework. Really research and build your network. Find that niche you're passionate about.
Find your lane.
Yeah, exactly. And never stop learning.
Because this world is always changing, right?
It is. Stay curious, stay flexible, and don't be afraid to ask for help.
Great advice. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
That's it. And even if you don't get that dream contract right away, every step you take, every lesson you learn, every connection you make, it's all getting you closer.
So to our listener out there, ready to break into government contracting, go for it.
Yes, go for it.
It might be tough, but it can also be amazing. And who knows, maybe the next time we do one of these deep dives, we'll be talking about your success story.
I would love that.
Good luck out there. And remember, we're all rooting for you.
You got this.